Hi, you guys, and welcome back to, I don't even know what to call this. It's kind of an unboxing. It's what I bought at the Junior League Holiday Market here in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. The cats are up here, and there are paper and plastic bags around, so excuse the background noise. They will be going crazy. But, yeah, I've never done an unpacking here on the channel or an unboxing here on the channel. And I thought with the number of things that I bought and a lot of people being very interested this year in buying from small businesses, I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to share what I put on the list to give as gifts this year from what I found at the market today. As I told you in my show and tell, I'd show you my new wine glass. It says more wine right meow. Barefoot Sweet Red is what I'm drinking. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. A friend of mine from church and I went. We got there around 10:15, and like I said in my show and tell video, I didn't get home until 3:30. So we spent a very long time today shopping. There were a lot of wonderful vendors. It was a great show. If you're in the general area of Columbia, South Carolina, I would say this was actually a really good vendor show to go to. There were a lot of boutiques, foods, and crafts, and they limited the number of direct marketing companies who were there, which I don't have a problem with direct marketing companies. I used to work for one, but when you go to a craft show, that's not necessarily the kinds of items you're looking to see. You really want to see craft items. And a lot of the craft markets and craft shows have become vendor shows where you've got more of the direct sales business and fewer artisanal craftsmen, handmade or local items. There were a lot of boutiques, but they were very specialty and definitely cultivated collections versus the stuff that you can find at larger department stores like Belk. But I did not buy any clothes. 97% of what I bought were foods. I did buy, bath product, some scenty, fun smelling things like that. But I did end up once again coming out buying a whole bunch of food, which is not unusual for me at a craft show. But I do have things on my wish list that aren't food related. So, and I'll share, there were two vendors in particular that I did not purchase from that I want to share with you. And of course, all the information for all the vendors are going to be down below. If you follow me on Instagram, I will also be sharing photos of some of the vendors' booths if I don't show them here, or some that I will show here. Here. But it'll also, if you don't think to click the links below to some of these vendors, you'll be able to, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see where I'm sharing those over the course of the weekend. I'm going to try to not destroy your Instagram feeds if you follow me with the businesses that I spoke with and that I purchased from at this show. So, whoo, boy. I've got it all laid out kind of in a circle around me, and all the packaging is out in the next ring around, and the cats are like still creeping around it. So, let's start this so I remember to put this in the refrigerator. Augusta's jalapeno pimento cheese. The pimento cheese that they sell, it's a finer grain than what I make at home, but is as good as homemade. I don't normally make a pimento, but it's very well seasoned. It's not just cream cheese, mayonnaise, and shredded cheese, which I find is true for a lot of pimento cheeses that you find. Very good. Very, very good. And they had a wheat-free option for tastings, which was nice. We'll set this right under the camera so I don't forget it when I go downstairs and forget to put it in the refrigerator. But that will be my lunch tomorrow. So, I actually thought it was kind of funny. I found this. This is from Shabby Bath Naturals. The scent is Jamaica Me Crazy, and it's a solid lotion push-up. And this one's kind of a pina colada scent with citrus splash on it. I had two people suggest, when I was talking about not liking working with cotton yarn, trying a couple of varieties of these solid lotion bars and maybe testing those to see if these help with my dry hands from working with silk, cotton, and bamboo. So I decided to give one of theirs a shot. They don't include on here where their store is located or where their business is located out of, but their website is shabbybath.com. And all of their scents were amazing. They have a wide array of soaps, and it was very, very hard to not walk away with like a giant basket of bar soap. They had bath salts, and they actually, there were two companies, I believe, that had their hand scrubs in the ladies' room, so you could test them there in the ladies' room. I thought that was actually really cool. Very, very natural smells. And ladies, if you're looking for soap for your guys, they actually carry bayberry scent, and if you're not familiar with that, I don't even know how to describe it, but theirs is a little bit sweeter than some of the colognes I've seen out there. So it was more gender neutral. It wasn't overtly masculine, but it smelled amazing. If I knew it wouldn't have driven my mother's sinuses insane, I would have actually bought it for my dad for Christmas. And they had that one in the activated charcoal and the regular soap. So beautiful array of soaps. And beautiful to display soaps. They had colors and textures on the top. The soap that matched this scent, the Jamaica Me Crazy, actually had like confetti on top of it. It was gorgeous to look at. And of course, smelled fantastic. And of course, I just keep falling out of focus. I don't think my camera knows what to do today. So I'm going to give this a shot I'm going to put it in my knitting bag where I've got the kitchen cotton that I'm working on for the pot holders, and see if that helps keep my hands moisturized. It does have cocoa butter in it, I believe. Shea butter. This one, of course, they list off their ingredients right there on the packaging. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So you know exactly what's in it. And they do list that they use cosmetic grade colors in their stuff. So it's not something many people would think to look for, but I have seen a couple of soap companies that actually just use food dye in their products, which is when you get like pink skin from using their products. So, and they were incredibly sweet. They let me take a picture of their display. I just did a corner shot of one corner of their display because they had a corner round area. On one side, they had nothing but bar soaps. And then they had bath bombs, hand soaps. They had a purifying skin cleanser. So I would definitely, if you're looking for something maybe to keep in your bag for moisturizing, maybe looking into ordering some of this from them. Any scent you get. Clean cotton was one that I loved. Bayberry, their eucalyptus mint was phenomenal. And it wasn't that sugary sweet smell. I mean, I really have a hard time describing scents. But it wasn't, it smells natural. It smells like eucalyptus and mint fresh combined into the soap. And the soap itself didn't have a harsh scent to it. So if you're looking for some bath and body supplies, I would definitely recommend trying them out. I did try their hand scrub, and that was very nice. And of course, I did test this while we were there, but didn't really take time to really get it in my hands that good. I did like the way it felt, was my first impression. And I really liked this scent. So, and you know me, I've mentioned it on the channel a lot already. And the few months I've been out on YouTube, I'm very scent sensitive. So I don't like overpowering scents, and I don't like very alcohol-y artificial scents. So I would definitely give theirs a shot. It's been a very long day, so I had a wonderful time talking to these ladies. The Simply Seasoned ladies. Woo. See if I can get that to focus in there. They have, I would say it's kind of, this is the sample. They do actually sell like a standard shaker size jar of this. Very good fresh Italian seasoning. We were joking about, shake it before you use it because the salt settles to the bottom. It does have salt in it. But they were, just a delight to talk with. They were fun to talk to. That makes, the purchasing experience a whole lot better in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty a fairly straightforward thing. I'm actually planning on trying that on my almond crust pizza, flat crust pizza. When I use, it's a white pizza with, it's got white sauce, sausage, and caramelized onions. So I'm actually going to try that on the crust instead of using garlic powder next time. So we'll see how that goes. Get my legs straightened out here. One of the first vendors we actually spoke with, sorry about that, were these ladies. The Secret Chocolatier. They're located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got the toffee, but it was absolutely amazing. They're, chocolate's always good. Let's be honest, candy is always good. But their chocolate, it's not dark chocolate, but it's not Hershey's chocolate. It's not that waxy sugar. It's more like English chocolate, where it's sweet and creamy and milky, but not... Yeah. And the toffee, oh my God, so good. Just enough crunch, but it crumbles and melts away. There are a couple different toffee makers in the Carolinas, and I've had their toffee. This might be my favorite one. I might actually be ordering some for my brother because he got me Dottie's a couple years ago because that was his personal favorite. So I might have to send him a bag of this as my personal favorite. But they have 4 different varieties there. They had almond bark, which was good. And I'm not a big white chocolate fan. Not almond bark. They had peppermint bark. And I'm not a white chocolate fan, but that was really, really good. Once again, it was not waxy. It didn't leave a film in your mouth like a lot of white chocolate does. And it was just sweet enough to be candy. So I don't know how much you can say about good quality chocolate. If you've never had good quality chocolate, it might seem a little, but, if you're on the chocolate, I would recommend the toffee. The toffee is out of this world. It is just melt away delicious. It's the sea salt chocolate butter toffee. So worth the calories. Oh my goodness, worth the calories. That was just... This will last me probably about 3 weeks in this quantity. Just because I only eat 1 piece of chocolate at a time normally. But so worth the calories. And they do, once again, they ship. They've got Twitter and Facebook. So if you want to follow them on social media. Oh my God. It's worth it. Granted, everything I bought, I thought was completely worth it. So, as I keep saying, they're my opinions. I think they're the right opinion. The friend that I went with kept getting on to me because I was making her buy more things than she meant to buy, but it's because we went back to all the vendors. Excuse me, I just finished dinner. We kept going back to all the vendors that I thought made good stuff, so, and I kept making her try new things. Where to go next? I got a cat laying on my beef jerky. That might have to go last. My poor husband's probably laying there on the sofa watching a movie, wondering where all the cats went. Now these guys, I didn't get a card from them. Strawberry Tree Farms. They're based out of Florida, Palm City, Florida. So I get a couple things from them. I got the California garlic peppers. And it's a seasoning mix. I really thought that would be good on tater tots. I'm a tater tot person. It would also be really good on fish. Fish, chicken, and beef, probably. I think all meat, that would probably be really tasty on. It's not... Yeah, they say chicken, meats, and veggies. No salt, no sugar, no MSG. They have recipes on the sides of the containers. Party dip, chicken and meats. They also list pasta sauces. I thought it was just very clean tasting. Once again, not having salt in it, it lets me season things the way I like to, which, I mean, I make a lot of my own seasoning blends specifically for that reason. I make my own taco seasoning. I make my own chili seasoning. I do my own spice blends for, I've got my own Italian seasoning downstairs. I actually make homemade dried onion mix for French onion dip. So I'm kind of big on making my own spice blends, but I thought this one in particular was really good. And I had never seen something like this. This is the strawberry. Very, very strawberry. I'm going to be sprinkling this on my yogurt in the morning. That's my intention for it. But the recipes for it are salad dressing, which would be excellent on spinach greens. Spinach with some almonds and some of this and some mixed berries. That would make a really nice vinaigrette. Dessert dip, party dip. Excellent for whipped topping, butter, spreads, cream cheese, sprinkling cereal, oatmeal, and more. This one does have sugar in it. Strawberry powder, sugar, apple, and natural and artificial flavors, calcium stearate, citric, malic acid. I understand why everything's in there. But it had a very, the malic acid is in there as a preservative and a brightener. And when you're dealing with berries, it's very hard to keep the brightness of the fruit taste. And that really did help. It's not tart. It's not sour, but it's very bright strawberry flavor. Never had anything like it before. So I was kind of excited about that. They were sampling 3 of their premixed soups. They had like five or six different premixed soups. And I did purchase the Cajun red bean and rice soup. And this will actually be part of a gift that I'm giving this holiday season. 6 servings. 7 grams of dietary fiber per serving. Only 2 grams of sugar. So like no added sugar. Where was the salt? Sodium was also, for a package, it wasn't that bad. It's 590 milligrams, which is 25%. If you eat a lot of canned soup, I would recommend not looking at your label if you don't want to change your lifestyle, because a lot of those have a lot more, because, you know, a can of soup is actually 2 full servings of soup. So the person I'm gifting this to is probably going to really enjoy that. They're in a colder climate than I am. And they're also getting a bottle of red clay hot sauce, which is another South Carolina product. They're based out of Charleston, South Carolina. So this will go great with the hot sauce. But it's something just, you know, warm and cozy. Very simple. It has, it cooks up to almost more of a Cajun lentil soup, because the beans in there, I believe, There's some whole beans, but something made the texture a little bit finer too. But really, really good. Really, really good. Very tasty. Really enjoyed that. And I hope the recipient enjoys it as much as I did. I want to roll with the foods because I don't want to get to the last two items too soon. One of the people, I really enjoyed talking to them too. Two youngins working with them. But good since I got honey cinnamon pecan butter. That one is for me. And I bought 2 of the standard creamy. Absolutely phenomenal. They're based out of Georgia. They're in Leesburg, Georgia. And loved it. If you like pecans, hands down, like if you know somebody who likes nuts in general and just likes fancy tasting nuts, I would get this to give them a try. The honey cinnamon is not super sweet. Let's see. Toasted pecans, honey, cinnamon, sea salt. That's it. This one is just sea salt and pecans. It's sweet in that you don't have that dry pecan flavor. The cinnamon almost makes it taste like spice nuts, but not candied nuts. It's not sweet enough for candied nuts. Very, very smooth and rich. And, you know, pecans have that. They are to nuts as smoky as to meats. It's not a smoky flavor, but it's got that complex umami taste to it. I really liked this. And they're an award-winning company. The gentleman that was there in the booth this morning, I mean, he sent me home with literature and everything else. They do gift boxes, corporate gift boxes. So if you're looking for something interesting, different variety of gift packs, they have all sorts of things that they offer. And the product truly, it is worth every single calorie in it. Absolutely delicious. I wish I'd tried some of the actual nuts. I got sriracha nuts there. Georgia grown, family farming. And yeah, I mentioned it was their farm that provides the pecans for the butter. I mean, absolutely stunning. They also have commonly asked questions about it. You know, are they all natural, peanut free, gluten free? Literally, the creamy is nut and salt. So if you're looking for something interesting, maybe, and particularly because they have so many, like the corporate gift packs and the blended things here, I would definitely recommend checking them out. If you know somebody who's on a paleo diet, keto diet, low carb diet, Atkins diet, 100% right up there. They've got the bottoms dated and marked for you. Really yummy. Something very different. I was actually thinking about using those to make my tagalong bars instead of peanut butter if I use that. It would be really funny because the crust is almond flour. So you get the almond flour crust with the pecan butter. I'm looking forward to it at least. My husband doesn't eat a whole lot of my wheat-free foods. He doesn't like the mealy texture, even when I make the stuff that I like. So let's see. Southern household staple, used to be at least, chow chow. Adam's apple. I got a jar of the chow chow, which I might actually go back tomorrow and get some more of because there are 2 other people I think would really enjoy chow chow. And I also got the strawberry vanilla jam. They are local to Lexington, South Carolina, I think. Yeah. Adam's apple, Teresa Adams, redeeming the apple 1 jar at a time. absolutely delightful once again. All the vendors that I spoke with were incredible. Most of them I had, I feel obligated to ask permission to take pictures of their booths before I do. Just as a courtesy. I'm a maker too. I understand if there's something like you don't want to share. There weren't knitters and crocheters there, at least. So, and there was one lady who did some cricketing vinyl crafts, but for the most part, all of them were other forms of makers for me. So I understand, like, you don't want your stuff ripped off. And everybody was very kind when I asked if I could take a picture of their booth or take a picture of a certain corner of their booth, and explained, I want to share pictures on my written blog, and I'm also going to be podcasting about what I bought today. This is kind of my introduction to Vlogmas, even though I'm not going to be able to post every day during December or during Advent, or it took me a week to do a show and tell that I thought I was going to do the same day. So clearly I don't have the time for Vlogmas. But everybody was so kind when they found out what I was doing. I was very straight up and honest with them. We did one pass through where I tried products, taste tested things, made up my mind as to whether or not I wanted to buy them. And then we came back through and purchased all the things we had decided to buy. So the first time through, I made up my list. I went ahead and took pictures while my hands were free and I didn't have bags in my hands. And then when we came back through, that's when I did all my purchasing. So I know a lot of these people probably didn't think I was coming back, but I did. So yeah, they're here in Lexington, South Carolina, Adam's Apples. She's got, once again, a card with some recipes on it that she dropped in my bag. Serving suggestions. They had, the bourbon bath, the marinade. Oh, so good. And if you've never had chow chow before, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like relish, but it's kind of like relish. It's a type of relish technically, but it's, if you get grocery store relish, you've never had chow chow. And this was a very complex flavor. It was spicy and interesting and a little bit sweet. The friend I was with, she thought like maybe her husband might think it's too sweet, but she also got some. It was really, really good. Let's see. She's just got, once again, the complete ingredients list is here. Bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, cabbage, apple cider vinegar, water, salt, spices, cornstarch, and citric acid. So fairly clean food, which I enjoy being able to look at a label and look at the nutrients and say, okay, that's as close to homemade as like you're going to get. And that's one of the things I love about purchasing from vendor fairs, when I don't feel guilty about buying food, because generally the quality of the food I'm buying, and particularly I love preserves and pickles from these shows, I know I'm getting a high quality product that's as close to homemade as you can purchase. So I'm kind of picky. But once again, if you're looking for interesting things, and all of their jams and apple butters and stuff like that I literally went down the line taste testing everything and limited myself to the chow chow and the strawberry vanilla. So good. I'm actually thinking about warming this and putting on vanilla ice cream. If you've never done that before, yeah, this is sugar, apple, strawberry, water, vanilla, pectin, lemon juice. Like, if you've ever made jam before, you're familiar with that ingredient list and you know why everything is in there, and that's brilliant. The only, like, mass-produced jam I found that's like that, believe it or not, is IKEA jam. And when I realized how little sugar was in the IKEA jam, it was just enough to gel, not so much that, like, you were eating liquid candy with a spoon. And this is, like, proper thick jam. Y'all, seriously. because they're just up the street from where I am, like, they will probably be getting a call from me. I had 2 more food items here. One is Two Brothers Jerky. And they have their little story on the back of their card. I got 1 of the teriyaki and 2 of the hot. These 2 are gifts. This one's for me. Not so hot. Your mouth is on fire. It comes in slow, warms your mouth up. Very tender jerky. It's not the type of jerky you're going to rip your cap off with. Very smooth. Once again, I guess the brother Eddie is the one that was there that I was talking to today. Absolutely sweet, professional, and funny. We had a blast standing over there. My friend was like, "Oh, you like jerky? I didn't realize you were that into jerky." I ate a lot of jerky. The ginger one, yeah, he was warning me it's a lot of fresh ginger in that one. The ginger is really good. It's not, once again, not candy sweet. It's dolce sweet. It's not savory enough to be savory. It's sweet. But almost tastes like there's sesame seed oil in it. It's got a denseness and a richness in the flavor that he didn't prepare me for. He just prepared me for fresh ginger. Let's see, soy sauce, water, brown sugar, pineapple juice, ginger, garlic, citric acid, xanthan gum. And I imagine the xanthan gum is to make it stick to the beef. Yeah. Let's see. Grass-fed beef. Yeah. So once again, I mean, all of these companies have websites that you can order from, which is one of the reasons why I'm sharing, because I know a lot of local businesses don't sell online, but all of these people have websites. All of them sell online as well. Really, really good. I did get the hot for myself. I'm going to share the ginger. This is all also assuming my husband doesn't get into this stuff and like devour it all before Christmas, because it's that good. The Crescent Olive is the next company I wanted to talk about real quick. This is their full vinegar and oils list. And I was gifted the miniature bottle of the Myers Lemon, I think it's Myers Lemon Oil and something else vinegar. Sicilian lemon vinegar. Oh my goodness. So, okay, sorry about that. My camera started acting a little crazy. I was talking about the lemon oils. So the friend that I actually went with today, last year for Christmas, gave us the mini bottles of the Sicilian lemon and the Myers lemon. So I make a flank steak marinade, and I use the lemon vinegar in that. And then I use the lemon oil in that. When I take it out, cook it, you can grill it, sear it in a frying pan, your choice. Also would be really good smoked, but you'd lose the smoke, would probably cover up some of the flavor from the really nice oil and vinegar you've used. But I use some of the vinegar and oil in a post-cooking marinade. I'll actually slice it. Slice the beef up, toss it in a container with that. It is phenomenal. Number one, just in and of itself, those two paired together are beautiful, and they add richness, brightness. In particular with meat, meat either has too much flavor and overrides anything else you try to add to it, or it has no flavor and it's all your flavor components. The lemon actually brightens beef. So it makes a cheap cut of beef taste more expensive. And the way I do that flank steak, the post-cooking marinade actually tenderizes the meat even more. So that's why I cook it that way and do the post-slicing marinade as well. I let it rest just enough that the juices redistribute throughout the cut of meat, and then I chop it up and put it in there. And any juice that still runs out, I dump into the post-cooking marinade. Just because I want to save all that flavor and keep that richness in there. But I've had other of their items before. I've purchased from them before. I have their white truffle oil, which I have a recipe for the most bougie tater tots you've ever had. And I've actually just bought an air fryer so I can cook tater tots more often crispy. But you take tater tots, drizzle them with truffle oil, their truffle oil in particular. Sprinkle it with shredded Parmesan. Get the good stuff, not the craft stuff. Oh my God. That alone is amazing. But I have another product that I'm looking forward to trying with it that is also amazing. But anyway. So I got their Carrie, it's orange vanilla, I believe. It's the advantage to having their list here. Yeah, Carrie orange vanilla. I got 2 of these. One is a gift, one is for me. And then I also got cranberry pear, which I'm kind of regretting not buying 2 of because I sort of kind of want some for myself. Both of these are vinegars. They would be amazing as they are drizzled on vanilla ice cream. This one would be great if you're making homemade cranberry sauce and really want to tartan it and brighten it and give it that sharper. I don't know if you've ever made your own, but even in cooking fresh cranberries, you can dull the flavor down, and it's really hard to brighten it without affecting the cranberry's ability to gel without pectin. Minor cooking chemistry class for you. This, if you added probably around, I'd probably use a tablespoon as you finish it and are pulling it off the heat. So like adding extract to anything you're simmering and boiling, pull it off the heat first so you don't evaporate the flavor off. This would be amazing. And that both of them actually would be, because I put citrus peel in my cranberry sauce. This would also go great in that too. But bright flavor, very sweet. Their truffle oil is to die for. They have a dill oil that was so good. That'd be so good drizzled over fish and over potatoes, actually. That would be really good in potato salad. But like I said, I've been using their product now for a year in the 2 lemons. And I mean, I'm not even through my mini bottles yet, and I've been using it all year. My mom also, a couple years ago, she went to a place that does the infused oils and vinegars, and I haven't hardly touched those in comparison to how much I've been using these. They're really excellent, but these in particular, the Crescent Olive, I would say top of the line quality. These are absolutely amazing. And I have not had anything that was subpar, mediocre. Everything I've had from them has been fantastic. And I ate my way around their entire display today, trying what they brought with them for this. And they have, they only had about, excuse me, a third of what they sell. So I'm looking forward to see what I do with this vinegar. I've actually tried one of their vinegars simmered down into more of a glaze, so where you reduced it down. Oh my God. So the last place that we got food from, let's see, this is Charleston Tomato Company and Porzio's. They were in the same booth. This is a new product. This one can be found in some of the stores locally. This is the roasted garlic pesto. Get my face out of there. Maybe it'll actually... There we go. And this is what I was saying. The other product I have that would go good with those tater tots. Natural ketchup. And let me tell you, this is not what you're going to get in the grocery store. Highly complex flavors. It's got smokiness and richness. It's sweetened with dates and figs. I also might be going back tomorrow to get another jar of this. They're located in Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, Charleston. This would be amazing on the bougie tater tots. It's not, I wouldn't say that the flavor is necessarily sophisticated as it is complex. This is definitely something, actually it says naturally sweetened with local strawberries. So it was strawberries and dates then. Yeah, that might be my, you know, it has an ingredients list on it. Maybe I ought to read that. Let's see, tomato sauce, which they also sell their own tomato sauce. Strawberries, apple cider vinegar, pressed dates, lemon juice, sea salt, onion powder, garlic powder. Please recycle me. I'm going to have to make the tater tots and tag both Crescent Olive and Porzio's for providing my dinner. My air fryer should be here in the next couple of days. So, I'm truly looking forward to that. If you like pesto, this was just really good. The garlic in it is sweet, not hot. It's got that sweet roasty garlic flavor. Like I said, there's quite a bit of this here for me, and then quite a bit that I'm giving away in gifts. But that I've got friends who would truly appreciate the ketchup in particular. So I might go back and get some more of the ketchup. I got family members who would appreciate the chow chow. Let's see if I can see my meow. You can tell there's a cat theme to what my husband was getting me at the store the other day. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Sorry. Nan's nuts, or Nana's nuts. Oh. Once again, I gotta keep my hands off of them, but I got bacon bourbon pecans. I left these in the bag because there are 3 of them. Rosemary almonds. And these are actually a sweetened praline, almost. Very candy. Almost as good as the butter toffee. That's kind of what it's like. It's kind of like butter toffee. Oh, so good. And then cinnamon roll cashews. And I originally bought these to gift. I might not be able to gift them. These might get eaten. These might get eaten tonight. Because I now have 2 videos that are over half an hour long that I need to edit. But, yeah, Nana's Nuts. Oh, in Charleston, South Carolina. And I adore, look at that logo. I know they must have thought I was insane complimenting their logo like that, but I just love the retro feel. And to me, that makes me think fun, funky, interesting, but twist on classics, not in and of itself out there. So good. Once again, we eat a lot of protein around here, and the funny thing is these are sweet nuts compared to the Goodson's nut butter, which is unsweetened. You get the natural sugar from the nut, and that's it. But we eat a lot of nuts around here, and my husband will just like mindlessly munch on them. These are going to have to stay upstairs so he doesn't like devour them without tasting them. Yeah, so that's all the food that I bought. We'll keep with the things that I did buy, and then we'll talk about the last 2 companies. So the Rustic House, I got cranberry spice melters and fresh lemon peel. Holy cow on the cranberry. This just smells like fresh lemons, like lemon zest. The cranberry spice is bright and it's bright and sweet. It's almost smells like when you fresh open a cran apple juice, but it's had a mulling spice bag tossed in it. I mean, it's got that really, really bright, zesty eye-opening scent to it. So my melter is actually broken. It's been broken for a while. I've been burning straight candles for a long time. I'm going to have to buy a new melter because these are amazing. I had a Scentsy melter and it literally fizzled out in sparks. So I will have to replace that. But this, I'm trying to open the lemon one now. It just smells so clean, so fresh, so clean. It's going to be amazing in the spring or when I'm trying to like get my cleaning mojo back at the end of winter time, when I really have to do the top down, do the baseboards, do the creases in the doors. That'll help like just make everything feel cleaner while I'm cleaning, so I don't feel so overwhelmed at how much I'm going to have left. I mean, by the time Christmas comes down, you know, we don't take our Christmas down until Epiphany, so we're halfway through January, and that's when we're taking Christmas down. It takes us about 2 weeks to get it all down, all packed and put away in the attic. So it's February by the time I'm ready to start spring cleaning, and the house hasn't had a top-down scrubbing since September when we put out fall. I mean, I clean, I dust, I vacuum, I wipe things down, but that like really good purifying cleanse, it only gets that, or you can't do that from September when we put out fall until Christmas goes up in January. So February and March tend to be very heavy duty cleaning months for me, where I'm doing the task you really don't want to do. You pulling out the refrigerator and cleaning the back of the refrigerator and the crease in between the countertops and stuff. Doing the outside edge of the windows, because in the spring we want to be able to open our windows and not have dirt flying on us. So I'm really hoping the lemon peel really keeps me going. That cranberry spice, though, I want to put that in the living room and just really make that room inviting and bright and energetic, but keeping it seasonal where it's warm and come to me. Very excited. I'm a huge candle person, so finding melts that I actually like that aren't your standard brands makes me even happier. And that's the Rustic House. I don't have a card for them. They do have a website, and we can order from the website. Keep in mind, the lemon peel is a regular scent. The cranberry spice is a seasonal scent. So the last thing I bought were these little finger puppets from Bright Design Embroidery. Carrie Dumford is her name. Her son was actually there. She had a little tin cup with the vintage truck with the Christmas tree in it. And I actually said, Carrie, spelled the way I spell my name. And I was commenting, hey, you know, there's actually something with my name on it, spelled the way I spell it, not Keri or Kerry. And he said, well, that's my mom's name. So very exciting. Here are her social media, email. She had a lot of different characters. She had, I'm hoping, I'll insert picture here. I caught the animal finger puppets with the little bag that looks like a farm that you can, so cute. But I got something for Tater Tot and Will and Nafer while they're over here. How cute! We're gonna ride a dragon. A dragon. We're gonna ride a dragon. Yeah, I watch a lot of Teen Titans Go over here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'll turn it on Cartoon Network and just let Tater Tot watch that all day, so I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I've heard that song quite a few times. But this one is for Tater Tot. This one's for Nilla Wafer. Both of them love dragons. I mean, as I've mentioned before, we're kind of a giant nerd family, so grandbabies were trained right to enjoy dragons, and they're convinced dragons are never evil. So, but I thought these were just so cute. And I mean, she had like the farm animals. The friend I went with, her granddaughter really likes Baba Black Sheep, so she's having a custom black sheep made. She had different characters from shows and movies and stuff like that out there. Just the sweetest little... And they're so cute the way they're constructed with the little loops. And it's a little pocket for the end of your finger down here. So, Maybe I'd show. So that's how it goes on your finger. And then you've got your... Are those not just the sweetest little things ever? Yeah, I'm a dork. But I just thought those were too cute. I was actually going to get Spider-Man and maybe a My Little Pony, but I decided to go with the dragon instead. All right. So we're to the last two vendors I want to talk about. I did not go back and buy the handbag I wanted to, only because I really have bought a lot of bags recently as project bags. And to be honest, this would probably get used as a project bag more than it would get used as a clutch. But this is Nana by Sally. And here's the other side of her card with the rest of her information. Well, once again, like I said, I'll have everything linked down below. Here's the picture of her stuff that I was looking at. All vintage fabrics. Like, that's kind of one of those, enough said. All vintage fabrics. She had one that was in a vintage Egyptian print. Most of them are from the 50s and 60s. I mean, she had gorgeous bags. Go check out her website. Like, now. I stopped because I was in love with the green, but everything in her booth was stellar. I mean, I really love the vintage aesthetic. I'm particularly fond of the 50s through 70s. Not big on the, like, avocado and harvest gold appliances, but I like the dishes of the 70s, but I love the aesthetic of like kitchens and sitting rooms from the 50s. And I love the fashion of the 50s and 60s. I love the colors. I love the prints that were used in the fabric. So very much up my alley. And particularly the green bag is what I literally like stopped in the middle of walking and like just came to an abrupt stop all of a sudden to look at these bags. So definitely go check out her shop and look at the other things that she has. They are so cute and so original. I mean, you've got an actual vintage fabric right there. The last thing I'm going to mention is the Charleston Shoe Company. If you can find somebody who sells them as a dealer, I highly recommend going to try them on. Their shoes are stinking adorable. I guess I'll just show you what's on the back. What's on the front? Super duper comfortable. The fabric shoes are completely machine washable. This Middleton is the style that I will be ordering. They're a leather shoe. Let's see I actually really wanted them in black, which they didn't have there in the shop today, in a size 9. They do run a little narrow, to be honest, but oh my goodness, these were so comfortable. And I mean, just adorable. I tried these on too. I really liked the way they look. For me, the way I point my foot as I walk, the back of it was actually hitting the back of my leg too much. So if you point your foot too much, I wouldn't get that style particularly. The other ones were perfectly fine. The friend I was shopping with, she said she's got a friend who has some of their espadrille style shoes. And when they get dirty, she just throws them in the wash. So, very exciting. I've now, once again, this is another 40-minute video I've got to jam up together. Plus, I have to get all their websites listed down below for you. But that's who I talked to. That's who that's all the companies I made purchases from, plus the two that bag going on my Christmas wish list and shoes going on my Christmas wish list. So, very exciting. Pippin's still curled up over here in the papers. If you have any questions for me about any of these, please feel free to give me a comment below. You can send me a PM. I've gotten a couple messages through Ravelry now. Feel free to reach out and contact me through any of my social medias. I am on not Pinterest, Instagram. So feel free to come and find me on Instagram. I'll have pictures of the vendors' booths as I get those loaded up and shared. I'm genuinely excited about everything I purchased. I'm gonna go ahead and take my jalapeno pimento cheese downstairs and enjoy that. And I'm gonna leave my big old mess left for tomorrow to clean up. But I hope you guys like this. I've never done an unboxing, so this is kind of my first inaugural unboxing. I guess I'll have to make a new subheading for unboxings on my channel page. But I hope you enjoyed seeing something a little bit different. Most of the things I share on here are yarn related. I have tried to share some of my helpful hints or household items that I really love that are more housekeeping related, and all of these definitely fall under the housekeeping genre of stuff that I've shared, and particularly on my written blog in the last year. So I hope you guys once again have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.